does Mamu have a gun? Oh, does Mamu have a gun? I bet he has a gun. Yep, he does.
Okay, he's got a UMP.
And he has the faster car.
Okay, getting level with them, and there you go. Oh, this is such a catastrophic start for ATA. He'll get the reload off. They'll come crashing into a building. He'll look to match. Hops off. Doesn't get that finishing blow yet, but pushes the corner, finds Maxora. They're just out in the open, and it is just a shooting gallery. Zamamu, she's going to come climbing inside. The pump shotty is there, but it does not matter. That is just going to be the team wipe. ATA out. 2.5 minutes in, all at the hands of Mamu.
What a play.
Beautifully done. What a pursuit.
So smart. Grabs the gun, gets the UMP, knows he has the faster vehicle, knows he can chase them down. That's the game. Gosh, that is just... I mean, Genji's just so good at controlling space. Hello, Tosi. Gone again early?
Tosi gone again, yeah. 249.
Corn? Corn angry.
He's... What? Oh, no.
The invincibility status there protects Summer.
Well, I think this may have been a poor decision. Americano's coming in.
They're going to run a move.
Yeah, it's just going to be the shots flying. Americano does come crashing forward. He's looking to do some damage and find some revenge, but could this just be Veronica 7 headed out of here pretty early on? Heaven arrives, does manage to find Tank. They have to be worried about Lingdu here, however.
Oh, Lingdu already had a grenade.
The nade, it goes right under the car. He's so very low, and that is Heaven now knocked to the ground. Americano now has to try to bring this back from the brink to keep his teammate alive, but he is probably just going to dip and say, sorry, brother, there's nothing that I can do for you here.
He's got an opportunity. I think if he saw Evil Lee's health bar right now, he might rethink this decision.
Okay,
I think he's going for the finish on a tank.
Okay.
And possibly the res. This is...
Okay, they get him into the low ground, so they're playing down into the dip. See how he
doable.
smokes. The answer is no. He's going to let a frag grenade out. Oh, no, he just got 3. Okay.
Ooh.
Down to about half. He's got one more. Tank has fallen. Do so very low. It's actually going to be Spear, third partying from across the way.
Oh, boy. Well, now MCG in just as much trouble as V7. This is mutually assured destruction.
Well, Heaven does get taken down in the end, so.
By Xiaobei.
Yeah. Yet another team getting involved in this little kerfuffle. Evil Lee situated inside of the house here for now. Throw out the smoke. Shots start flying his way, but Mercano, does he want to stay here, try to get the finish on this enemy squad, or does he just let it go?
I think V7 is probably a little bit shocked that anybody beat them to this spot out of school. Usually you've got priority unless the Yaz team does something wild. It is, the Shelter team as well can get there. In this case, it's MCG, but I would assume that they haven't seen MCG push for that spot very much.
Wanted to go for the shot there onto Mings, but he makes it over the top of the hill just in time. Now left stranded by himself, Americano will have to keep tabs on him and see what he decides to do, what his play is going to be. In all likelihood, I mean, you could just try to drive into Yasnaya, I guess, and just hide in a building.
Yeah, that's actually what you should do. I mean, as a solo, you've got to find closed spaces to hide in. That's about your only hope, usually, unless you're really, really good at just proning and crawling, which is really hard to do on Erangel. There's just not enough terrain, typically, to get away with that kind of thing. And there's PO, 5 kills, 1,000 damage. Yep, those are typical PO numbers.
Wonderful performance from him now. There in that last one. Significantly further away from the circle here, of course, as we are trending to the east side of the map. So we'll see what Genji ends up doing. Knowing them, it's going to be, one of these very wide rotations, whether they're cutting down, through Pachinki or whatever, coming up that way, or if they want to rotate all the way up to the north side by Severny and then come down into the top side of the circle. We'll have to wait and see, but it seems like it's going to be E36, the first ones to really rotate out of the city of Georgia Pole.
E36 spent a good couple minutes there, at least watching to see if Genji would try to force their way over those eastern bridges of Georgia Pole. They don't, and so E36 is going to back off. First, I would imagine Genji is going to wrap up to the north and work from that direction. They could go south as well if they so choose, if they still think that E36 might be keen on trying to set up a cheeky little trap, a rotation trap there on the western edge of the circle or something. But Genji could just wait, frankly. I mean, they could wait till Circle 2 to try to make a decision, to see where this goes, to see if they want to go, south or north.
I have got a couple members that are starting to make the pilgrimage towards the east side, but really just getting on the north end of the river, I suppose. We'll see what they end up doing. Mad, they're playing a bit split, They're trying to go for this spread, playing around the lake. He got Lash there on the north end. Americano just smack dab in the middle of every other squad, squatting inside of a wizard tower. Car nearly got destroyed, so he's got very few options on how to get out of here, because it's completely destitute land around him.
He's still shooting at people, too.
I mean...
I think Dava might challenge him for that spot.
He's starting to advance. He's turning back the other way.
He thought about it.
He did. He's got to be careful, though. I mean, he's double stacked to the 5.56, and he doesn't have too much of it.
Yeah, you're actually right. I mean, he'll burn through that pretty quick if he starts going ham with that mini. It can really chew through bullets. Let's see, Peril just by the dip, the old tempo dip, as used to be known way back in the day. But there's a couple dips over here that you can play, and if the circle drifts towards those dips, it gets really interesting because they become really popular, and so you have a lot of teams crashing them, and it becomes chaotic. Really fun to watch. Not so fun to be a player. You want to be the last ones to the party in PUBG. So if you're in these dips and the circle keeps moving towards you, you almost don't want to be in them. Ooh, good traded shots.
Some damage going to be exchanged there as Detonation have long since crossed the bridge over here towards the mainland. Squeezing their way in between CTG, GFY, and Paro, though. 17 also not too far off. Playing to that east side of the apartments, and that's flying in.
This circle. Disgusting.
Yeah, it shifts back, and Genji says, okay, everybody into Rozhok right now.
Well, Pio's already got control of the Rozhok Mountain. That's a really important hill to control. Oh, DGW.
Oh, this is just getting absolutely messy.
Oh!
I'm going to be knocked by the car, and oh man, DGW, they just pile out. Onto a 911, however, do manage to trade two back. Season and Machado both going to be knocked to the ground. Kill's not yet going to be confirmed. Pure Boy going to be eliminated off screen there. One taken out by Gokuri.
Oh no,
and then
Gokuri.
And then he knocks himself.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Oh.
That is catastrophic. Lanbu says, thank you very much for this little boon. And as they come cruising in, Lanbu will finish off Malofo. And that is just going to be the end of Detonation. They get their first little bit of action after leaving the military aisle, and it's their last.
Didn't last long. Here comes Petrichor Road. Happy to try to clean up what Detonation Gaming White started. Grenades out if these are good. That's the end of the round here for GFY, and they are.
It's damn good, as it turns out. So there's 14th for GFY. CTG in the vicinity, though, so Arrow's going to have to try to relocate here pretty quickly to not get caught out in the open. King cruising around. Mill hides in behind the rocks. Wants to reconnect here with the rest of his squad across the road.
Yeah, I mean, for Peril, that's fine. Oh, he's out in the field now.
And he's taking damage, so somebody was shooting at him.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to start moving that way. I mean, there's almost no way the circle ends up over there. He could, but not super likely. Damwon Kia's under.
Oh.
Just ripped out from Loxlock from the side seat.
Yeah, I think Loxlock just... I can't tell if he was side seating it or... Well, he disappeared.
Into PUBG Heaven, which is also known as the lobby.
Well, unfortunate. Really nicely done, though, by Loxlock. At this point, GEX is still, like, the team that we have been waiting to see have a star-studded performance. It's been very rough tidings for them throughout the duration of this event so far.
Yeah, GEX, man, they're frustrating in a way because they're consistently the top team in their region, but they can't get it done when they step up to another region, when they come into the PWS or into here in the PCS. They're just outclassed, and they do have phenomenal weekends from time to time, but it's not often enough to really ever be much of a contender. Unfortunately, in the PWS, they only qualified for one of the weekly finals, and that got them into the grand finals. Just barely, and I mean it took an unbelievable week as well from them. So they can do it when the pressure's on. We've seen it before, And again, the talent's there. It's just they're kind of caught out in weird spaces, and when they get into late games, it's often they're just not in the best positions compared to the other teams. You saw yesterday with Pero, the GEX has no smokes. Pero's rich with smokes themselves and able to just kind of play off of that.
And Gen G actually had shifted down. They don't want to play within Rozhok, it seems, so they went straight for school and have since taken this over. Circle about to finish closing. We'll find out very shortly here if that was a wise idea by them.
They're hedging their bets. They're assuming it's going to go south. And if it does, it's likely to start drifting towards the school, but oh my goodness.
Okay, they're still within the circle.
Absolutely brutal.
So they're obviously just on the outside. This is Dom1, and Matt immediately rotate out. Lash says, okay, I'm not playing on the north side of this lake anymore. Haven't really found too much action, and I need to come reinforce our efforts here at the bridge. Swap out Lee. Shifts seats, looks for Indigo, who tries to fire back.
I was going to say, if someone can catch a tire, Indigo's done.
Yep, well, he's just going to go straight into the lake, but Luxlock does manage to get that headshot first, and that's him drowning.
Goodbye, Indigo. Nice try. Just not unfortunate timing, just not the right timing there for E36. GEX is going to, even though E36 had kind of tried to get ahead.
Oh.
Ooh, oh no, 17. Ooh, bad.
Xiaobei out, 17 so very low. They just get one of these hits to connect.
Car's on fire.
Trying to lead the car. That's some damage in onto the driver as well. Locos will get knocked. Lambo's scrambling to try to get that kill, and he will.
Well, not on fire, but smoking.
Yeah.
A few more bullets would have set it on fire.
Americano,
hello?
Finds Lucky up, but yeah, pushing the hill. There's Ling Chung. And Americano will go down. That is Veronica 7 eliminated at 12th.
But that's opened up Donawa's eyes to where CTG is. So now they're able to look at them, see what's going on, and have them pinned outside of the circle. So CTG either going to have to make... There is the J compound open down to the southwest, surprisingly, for them. So they could make that rotation here. But otherwise, they have to try to push through Donawa. And that's going to be a real tough task with Donawa firmly in control of their territory, firmly aware of where CTG is. Asura's moved back over to this mountain, not the tippy top, but to the west side of it here on the edge of the circle to look and see what's going on in Rozhok, because now with the way the circle shifted, it could very well go north of the river again, and then things get kind of dicey for Gen G. They're going to have to find a spot along the river that they can cross. Probably not going to be able to use vehicles to do it at this point because it's going to be too obvious. There's going to be too many teams bunched up if it does shift north near those bridges. So you're going to have to find a cheeky way to get, across that area. Maybe you can get a vehicle across if, things get kind of funky.
Just taking a couple shots there. Monkey King got tagged up. Back to safety.
Yep.
CTG, just going to be snatching this up.
Good identification here by CTG that this compound was open, and they're going to take it. That's really nicely done. That was not the most obvious thing in the world.
Oh, they're peeking him. Soul spots that just for a moment. Can't quite leave that shot in.
Now, if this still has a lot of the river in it, then that makes things insanely difficult for the players. Like, where this is going to end is not predictable.
Yeah, getting across is going to be quite the task if you have to.
South.
All right. Well, it is going to be South. Gen G are barely on the outskirts. They've got the outer fence of the school on the north end that they can try to play around. There's a little bit of cover, but for the most part, they are going to want to try to relocate. And E36 are in a pretty good spot, honestly. Just to be able to play on that outside rim.
And even though Ghibli is center circle, like if you're watching this and just thinking, well, this is Ghibli, it's not exactly. That compound can be rather tricky to control. It is kind of spread out. It's got two kind of layers to it. It's got a north side and a south side. So if
into the water we go.
Just never mind. I don't need to finish that thought. This is more entertaining.
Lash makes it to shore first. The rest of Mad now going to be joining in. This could end up being costly if 17 identifies where they're at. I mean, Two Top is just sitting right there on the other side. Hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
Trying to bait out shots.
A bit of damage going through. Nade primed and at the ready.
Oh, what a throw.
Oh, arcs it perfectly. Oh, man. Two of them layered in. That's Two Top and Lash down on the ground. Two-tap going to be finished off. It's actually Star-Lord third-partying who finds both kills, taking this away from 17. And now, No Happy has arrived. Show's going to be knocked to the ground, and 17 gets eliminated.
Meanwhile, Damwa and Kia lurking on the north side of this bridge. Mad, gifted with a little bit of time and space, but not much. Dava's knocked and in a near-death spot. Star-Lord can, like, see the feet there of E-End, but not quite enough to get the bullets. It's kind of hard to arc those, even with that high bullet velocity that the Mini has. Yoonjung, in the meantime, has rolled into New Happy territory. Salute with him, but you've got the full force of New Happy, I think, there, at least, or 3 out of the 4. That's still a scary prospect for them.
And Damwon just come driving through over the bridge where they have no idea what is happening underneath of them. Dava will finally fall as HS gets that kill credit in the end. Ghibli right next to Damwon.
And like I said, there's 2 layers to that compound that Ghibli has. So they take the south side, the priority side, because that is much more likely to be closer to the center of the circle. The circle isn't as likely to drift towards water. Oh, and the Aches left is just going to smoke Zen-Non, finish him off with that SLR. Pio's going to get SSR, but Mill's going to steal the kill.
Takes it away. And Pio, I mean, he is just smack dab in the middle of everybody. I mean, look how far separated he is from the rest of the squad. Yanli falling. Zarenda gets the knock, gets the finishing blow. He's left looking for a little bit more, but it's going to be Renba finding Lockslock and a GEX going out at place.
These windows that Perro has on the north side of the apps is good. You can see a lot of the circle here, all the way up to Ghibli, all the way up to the edge of the Razak, Eastern Razak hill there, but getting out of here is difficult. Anytime you have to leave the apartments to the east or the north is rather challenging. Salute gets the opener on the HS.
I mean, HS opening up fire first, but the headshot connects, and it's just great there from Salute. Nade up over the top, going to go a little bit too far, and he already got the heal off. And he managed to find the kill on the HS yet, but the rest of the hill, they get spotted there. CP, however, he manages to outduel YJ.
And that was a huge turn. Salute gets another headshot on a Ming. Big time.
Huge plays. 2 more left to go, but not. Just pushing up over the top, manages to find him. He just will die, however. So damage still going to be dealt. Frag grenade could be absolutely massive. Lobs it into the back, but it rolls away. There's a little bit too much downhill momentum there, and Salute will be finished off. 1 for 1 so far in the exchange here between these 2 teams. Nate still coming out. Soul falling low. Molly's out, and that's going to burn him down to the ground.
Lakelo, the last hope here for Donawa, non-cooking a grenade, but it's not going to be anywhere near Lakelo. He's going over to the other side, using his vehicle as kind of a bait here to make a maneuver.
He's trying to rotate around, but there's yet again. Captain falling. Mamu going to be eliminated.
Oh no, he's
knocked to the ground. Pio get pinched on. Hill finds that elimination. The help of Minx to get the finish. Genji now comes crashing forward, looking to finish them off, but here's Minx just sat inside. They have to try to break him out of this position. They just go ahead, storm into the shed, and they will manage to get into the end. Kanawa is well eliminated. As the Clo was the last one to go down. They fall out in 8th.
That vehicle almost took out Genji there. Now comes the grenades from Ghibli. They're pretty good. Right on top of Asura is Lambu's. Only 1 member of Genji on their feet. That is a double there for Lambu. Gonna take down Asura. I thought he had Esther there as well, but Esther still has a little bit of health left.
And Onyx is in a very rough spot as they continue to fly, and Genji gonna go out in 7th. Not gonna be able to get any kind of back-to-back. Really great lob in there from Star-Lord, saying, I bet you forgot I was here.
That's what Star-Lord does best sometimes. He's very tricky. He loves to roam around, similar to Pio, but not quite as, I'd say, as powerful as Pio on these lurks. But Genji's in a tough position here. They take a great spot if the circle continues to shift anywhere near Razak, but it goes to the east, the worst side for Genji. It hard shifts over there. It's very close to the water. Very tough position. Again, anybody coming out of the south into this circle, just almost nothing to work with. It is just flat terrain.
Wow. Seems like they have not forgotten.
How did CTG get here?
Well,
what?
I don't know. It just happened, but they still haven't forgotten that Ian is hiding under the bridge.
Do they have portal guns?
They're fully just waiting for him to try to make a move, but this sets up both Ghibli and potentially New Happy, despite the fact that they are down a member. It sets them up decently.
This is going to end right next to the water.
Well, Ghibli is going to have to full send it out of their facility here.
CTG, whatever this rotation was, brilliant. This might have won them the game. Just so smart to go over to that J compound when it was open. Donawa not able to really successfully block them, and then Donawa sends themselves up into New Happy, pays the price for it. And CTG has an open, coastline or a riverside. And those are really powerful positions in PUBG. If the circle's anywhere near them, you have great defensive capabilities from them. New Happy has work to do.
That they do. Taking some shots to the window in case anybody tries to peek in. Try to catch them off guard with a little bit of pre-fire, but Adder's not taking the bait.
Just a random fact, Ian's still underneath that bridge.
Yep. Oh, he's just been hanging out the entire time. And he is not going to move until the circle forces him to.
Oh, yeah, no. Star-Lord, this is precarious. You can see there's only a couple rocks. There's even some sight lines potentially from Damwon Kia. Monkey King, yeah. Probably going to see this, especially with that vehicle.
They cruise up. They haven't opened fire yet. They're looking to try to play this as quietly as they can. Oh, remember, opens up. Bit of damage out. Star-Lord almost taken to the ground. Amino as well, taking about half HP. Nade's going to be lobbed in. Does it land anywhere near him? No.
Just a bit too far. This is tough. There's going to need to be more smokes here from E36 if they're going to make this happen. And they got to kind of hope that they can drag somebody like New Happy into this fight. Because Ghibli has to push through Damwon Kia, so they're not going to get involved. Probably. Unless Damwon Kia just bails out of the compound, which I can't imagine happening.
Amino going to be taken down by that nade. Nice one from Lucky. And he's basically within mortar distance, so finding any kind of res here would be a near impossible task for Star-Lord. It's also the concerning fact that Damwon are just above, or I guess below on the map, but vertically here above them. Ghibli. Yeah, starting to be displaced as they push out of their complex. They're trying to overtake Damwon Kia. Nate from Loki does find Red Bud, tries to go for the follow-up. Get that kill, get that finish. Doesn't manage to make it happen. New Happy takes a ton of damage. CP is going to be knocked to the ground. Now Ming going to be joining him. It's 5v. Manages to find one. Not on the opposite side of the bridge. Has almost no HP to speak of. He's hiding in behind the car, trying to get topped up. Now Ming has gone down. And he is going to be all on his lonesome in the north end of this bridge.
I want to know who knows that EN is still underneath that bridge. I don't know if anybody...
In all this chaos, they might have started forgetting about it, but, I mean, it has been Ling Qiang who's been watching that angle. So, I'll see if he still remembers. Also, for what it's worth, Amino was brought back in, so somehow Star-Lord managed to make it happen. Nate's flying into the house here. Ghibli still try to force their way through. Non does go down. And that is New Happy taken out of the map.
All right, well, I mean, still E36 has so much work to do. There's just a lot of open space, probably about 50 meters they got to cross. Here comes Ghibli pushing in. Bean has a wonderful angle on the side. If Ghibli kind of doesn't check that corner, in fact, they're just going to roll around it.
Yeah, they start running around the opposite side. That gets them obscured by this smoke.
So
gone for that peak. It could have been absolutely huge. Loki crawls his way to safety for just a brief moment. Flashbang chucked out there for just a moment as Machne tries to camp, protect his teammate here with the shotgun.
Yeah, Loki does end up going down here, bleeding out from Adder's knock. So Machne trying to throw some smokes, trying to create some chaos, trying to find
something now, but as he goes for the peek, it's just a little bit too late. They round the corner and keep themselves protected. They also have Renba still behind. Lucky blows up the vehicle. Amino going to be knocked yet again, and yep, they can just get those nades right in on top of him, so he will fall. It goes a little bit further past. Machne in the corner. Don't know if they've seen him cross here. Adder just sitting right in on top of the kitchen counter, unnoticed.
He's going to get out. I mean, I think they might know. They might have heard the door, but that's a nice piece of work there by Machne to get out alive, at least continue to kind of stall this advance by Ghibli. But Ghibli, to get to where they are, very challenging. Damwon Kia is just raining grenades on them, and they had him in a tight space in between the fence and the building. Still not really able to do much other than find some knocks. Now, that's a big one.
Yep, Bean Finally getting a target. Puts Renba on the ground. And the blue is pinching in onto him. He's going to try to make it over the wall, but it's just going to start chipping away at him. And there's just no way for him to get through there. So will end up going down. Bled out. Star-Lord now dead. Into Force 36 has been eliminated in 5th place. We're down to our final 4 squads. CTG, the only one with full 4-man still standing. Can they get their 2nd win?
It's looking pretty good, and they will take the lead. They've already got more kills than V7 if they can find that 2nd win. Maknae here, just going to watch from the attic window. A lot of vision out here, but Ling John found the AWM, hits a big headshot.
Snipes Lambu, sending him down to the ground. They're looking for the pickup here. As the blue is going to be creeping forward. Nades ready to fly. 2 mollies, 3 more frag grenades at the ready. Nade goes a little bit too far. If he could bounce it off the house, be a setup for a massive triple kill. That's going to be Lanbu knocked down. Chung absolutely wreaking havoc on everything Ghibli right now. Bean as well trying to do very much the same. Falls down to 18 HP. Nade comes out. Spear's going to be gone, and that is going to be Ghibli eliminated in 4th place as Maknae does manage to get a couple with the pump. Shani, or he himself gets knocked down to the ground.
End.
Over the top. The last man standing. He's got it silenced. Manages to find Monkey King. He will be able to relay this information to the rest of his teammates. This is going to be the finish here. Ian, if he can bring this back, I swear.
I'll lose my mind. I mean, if Bean gets another knock, it's possible, but not going to happen. Lucky's just waiting for him around the corner with the barrel. Headshots him down. Ian, a 1v3 with a Groza. Very doable here. He's got a great position.
Needs to get the shots. Oh my god, a massive amount of damage out instantly. They're on a 5v. He'll let a frag grenade go through. Now wants to reposition. Plays around the east side. The smokes will keep him obscured, so he gets some heals in.
Helmet and armor are in pristine condition as well. That's a big factor.
Absolutely. The rest of change the game. Don't think they can say the same too much. Maybe Ling Chung though, after he looted that crate. They're trying to get a pincer maneuver working right now. Smokes off that right side. They get themselves situated on the opposite side of the road. The circle will disappear.
It's tough to move in these rocks for Ian. It's very tricky.
Can he make it happen? If he shows his head for just a moment, Ling Chung can absolutely take it off with that AWM.
He might try to go underneath the bridge again, just kind of do an end around here. It might work, but they are on the other side.
Yeah, they haven't really prepped eyes on this spot exactly, but they should be able to hear him in just a moment. Squatted down, climbing up the top of the rocks. Sees one, but it's not going to happen. Change the game. Will manage to take away here a victory in round 3 of the day, and they will put their 2nd win of the event on the board.
Well, it's always somebody from China that shows up out of nowhere that you don't expect to be winning because it was new happy. The teams were talking